Hey up everyone, and welcome back to my Final Fantasy XIV Let's Play. We have saved Raban. That is great. He's still missing an arm, unfortunately. There's nothing we could do about that. That's been and gone, that's dead and buried. Probably not even buried. They probably ate it, the dirty buggers. Anyways, we've got to go and enter the Waking Sands, because Eorzea is waiting for us. Lovely, lovely.
My dearest friends, praise be unto the 12 for delivering you from the clutches of treachery.
Father!
Pippin, my son, and Master Papashan besides.
Forgive me, Father. I should have been at Her Grace's side.
Save your tears. The Sultana yet lives.
You.
It was I who arranged this gathering. And judging by your perplexed expressions, it would seem introductions are in order. I am Dulala, head of the Order of Noldthal, and member of the Syndicate.
What you said about the Sultana, is it true? Is she alive?
Young lady, I understand you were with the Sultana when she drank from the poisoned goblet and collapsed. Would I be correct in assuming that you did not personally verify Her Grace's vital signs?
Why ask when 'tis plain you know the answer?
Calm yourself, General, and let me finish. The truth is not as you imagine it. You are all victims of a most ingenious ruse. A ruse conceived to eliminate the threat posed by Teleji Adeleji. 'Tis my belief that Teleji plotted the Sultana's assassination alone, but that Lolorito caught wind of his plot and exploited it to his own ends. He sought to manipulate you into eliminating Teleji for him, and you duly obliged. At one fell swoop, he removed his two foremost rivals, all the while remaining above suspicion.
God strike me down for a fool. But the Sultana, how can it be that she lives?
She lives because Lolorito willed it. Her own lady-in-waiting is but one of his many little birds. By her sleight of hand, the poison was switched for a less deadly draught before it could reach her mistress's lips.
Some manner of sedative, perchance, of a potency sufficient to induce a slumber like unto death.
Were I to guess, I would say Her Grace is being held somewhere, dreaming dreams of a brighter Uldar, even as we speak.
Oh, Nanamo. I will never forgive Lolorito for his part in this.
Though Lolorito's hands are far from clean, they did pluck Her Grace from the jaws of death. That must count for something. And though one may call the man's methods into question, it cannot be denied that he knows the value of stability, to the very gill, like as not. He craves power, 'tis true, but he has no desire to depose the Sultana. I had never taken sides in your feud with the monetarists, but it was not for want of concern for our nation's welfare. Indeed, 'twas out of the desire to see order restored that I furnished your Far Eastern friends with information, and arranged this gathering. I hope you are ready to work, General, for there is much work to be done. Our first priority must be to bring matters back into balance. Lest you forget Her Grace's words, the true wealth of Uldar lies in the health happiness and hopes of her people. As for the more worldly kind of wealth, I am content to let Lolorito help himself to whatever Teledji Adeledji left behind. You, meanwhile, must do that which you alone can do. Rescue Her Grace and take your place at her side once more, for her sake and that of our nation.
Well, bugger me sideways and call me Sally. She's alive. This is getting better, isn't it? I mean, you've got to love Nanamo. She's so cute, and she's just so nice, isn't she? I'm happy that she's still alive. I'm just gonna go go get her anyways, and wake her up. Gotta wake her up first. Don't want to dream in for the rest of her life, do we? I had not counted the prioress Dulala herself appearing. In my defence, my suspicions regarding the Sultana proved more prescient. Much remains to be done, but in rescuing Rauban, we have taken a vital first step towards resolving matters in Uldar. We couldn't have done it without you, Yorkshire. Thank you. You know, these things just happen, don't they? Which one shall I pick? Which one shall I pick? Excuse me. I got a froggy in my throat. Tataru. Yes, General Rauban is now in safe hands. What? Another assault? Very well. We shall return at once. Pray notify the Count of our coming. It would seem we face another crisis. The Devarnians are preparing to resume their siege of the Holy See. Though I am loath to abandon the Sultana to her fate, we lack the necessary evidence to act upon Dulala's claims. That being the case, I propose we leave Marshal Terrapin and the others to investigate, and return with all haste to Ishgard. Oh, we're always needed somewhere or other. Let's go to Four Tomps Manor then. I mean, you know, we spent most of our time in Heaven's Ward in bloody A Realm Reborn so far. Oh, that was a quick transition. Suppose that's good.
Ah, there you are. Sorry for cutting your reunion with General Rauban short. It wouldn't have bothered you, but the city awash with rumours of another Dravanian attack, and Lord Horshfon was desperate to get hold of you, speaking of whom, he and the others are waiting for you inside, so better head in. Alright then, Tataru, let's go inside, let's see what's going on.
To siege or not to siege, that is the question. Oh, this is serious. My friend, I thank you for answering our call with such alacrity. As I am sure you are now aware, the Dravanians are once more gathering for war. Mistress Bumpkin, Master Levieux, I must apologise for this abrupt summons, but we thought it best to have Mistress Tataru contact you by the most direct means available. When the observatorium's bells toll, it says a warning that cannot be ignored. The Holy See has ordered that we make ready for battle. In case you haven't heard, a band of trappers returning from the west claim that they saw a large cloud of dragons big enough to dim the midday sky. Nidhogg's minions gather once more for war. But I would not have you take up arms in another of our conflicts. When first you came to Ishgard, I offer you my protection. If I cannot ensure your safety here, I cannot well accept your aid, much less ask for it. Scions of the Seventh Dawn, you are faced with a choice. To remain in a besieged Ishgard or seek sanctuary elsewhere. I would not presume to influence your decision, but I must ask that you may make it swiftly, lest our enemies force your hand. Oh man, I don't like making quick decisions. I need time to think about this. Though we flee to the ends of the world, it would seem that no place in this troubled age is free of strife. Once more the horde descends upon Ishgard, and once more her weary defenders must take up spear and bow. The Count would have us seek shelter from this storm, but I, for one, grow tired of running. If we are to shine the light of dawn, we must do so in the sight of our fellow man, not hunkered in a hole. What say you, Yorkshire? We'll just stay and fight then, eh? Then fight we shall. Let it never be said that we abandon our allies in the hour of need. What is that? What does that saying actually mean? In our hour of need? I'm going to Google this. Oh. Let me just Google it. What does in our hour of need mean? In our hour of need is an idiomatic expression referring to a specific critical time when help, support or resource are most desperately required during a crisis or difficult situation. It implies a moment of vulnerability where assistance is crucial, often acting as a last chance or turning point. Alright. Usage. It does not literally mean 1 hour, but rather an often temporary period of trouble. I don't like that English. It does not literally mean 1 hour, but rather often rather than what? But rather it should be an often temporary period of trouble. Tell you what, these AI answers are just terrible, aren't they? That even caught me off guard. I was like, hang on, that English is wrong. I've got out of England. The choice we make this day may have grave implications for our order. It is only right that Tatari should have a say. Come, let us all meet outside and discuss the path that lies before us. Alright then.
Ishgard cannot well endure another assault. Even should her knights succeed in turning back the horde, the casualties will be catastrophic.
But what other choice do we have? It's not like we can talk it over with them. Dragons and men aren't exactly on speaking terms.
With certain notable exceptions.
You don't mean Iceheart?
When last you spoke with her, she lamented her crimes, did she not? Then there remains a sliver of hope. If we can persuade Iceheart to act as our intermediary, we may yet be able to convince Nidhogg to abandon his bloody course.
If there is to be a meeting, I would accompany you.
Estinian.
Even with your intermediary, Nidhogg's blood rage may render him deaf to reason. However, the mere attempt may afford our forces precious time to prepare. Of course, you might also consider a more direct approach to ending this conflict. With the power of the Eye at my disposal, and the vaunted strength of the Warrior of Light, we could conceivably slay the beast outright.
If we are to risk a face-to-face meeting with the Dread Worm, I for one would feel safer in the company of the Azure Dragoon. However, I should only turn to your lance if my words failed to find their mark. Is that clear?
Perfectly. I shall assume that Iceheart enjoys similar diplomatic protection until instructed otherwise. A word of advice. Think carefully before divulging the particulars of this plan to Sir Emeric. 'Twould not do to have the Lord Commander accused of consorting with heretics.
Indeed. I thank you for your counsel, Estinian. We shall be honored to have you with us.
I am glad to be of service.
We have chosen a difficult road, yet even should we succeed in winning Iceheart to our cause, our plans for parley will swiftly come to naught should the Holy See decide to strike first against the Horde. We must petition the Lord Commander's aid ere we set forth. I only hope that Sir Emmerich will be willing to muzzle Ishgard's forces on the strength of our vague assurances. Tataru, I would ask that you remain at Four Tops Manor and inform the Count of our decision. Tell him that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn mean to do all in their power to ensure that Ishgard and her people survive.
Yes, sir. Oh, little American loon. Yes, sir. Alright. Let's go.
So it's getting even better now because we've got a Stinian with us. I love a Stinian so much. Anybody else love a Stinian? Is it just me? Probably. But that's okay, because then he's just mine then, isn't he? Yeah. Oh, music's gone all serious
I want
again.
the defenses of the outer ward rechecked. See to it that the ballistas are in good repair and supplied with enough ammunition for a prolonged siege.
At once, my lord.
Ah, 'twould seem I have visitors. And unlike those messing beyond our walls, these ones are welcome.
Pray forgive us for interrupting you in the midst of your preparations, Sir Emmerich, but our suit concerns the impending assault. To speak plain, we believe there is a chance the invasion might be halted before it even begins. I can divulge little more at this time, but I must nevertheless request that you advise the Holy See to refrain from launching any preemptive sorties whilst we seek to put our plans in motion.
I will gladly lend my support to any endeavor that could spare the blood of my countrymen, but I would know more of the cause you would have me champion. Will you not share aught of this mysterious undertaking? Know that I have offered my lance to aid in this endeavor. I cannot claim that its success is assured, but our actions should serve to delay Nidhogg's advance at the very least. Which is more than can be said for the ill-conceived counterattack advocated by the sea's more vocal crusaders. They offer glorious death, but little hope of victory. Aye, their proposal does not inspire confidence. Our resources should rightly be spent shoring up the city's defenses. The Azure Dragoon and the Warrior of Light sallying forth together to face the dread worm Nidhogg. I must admit the mere thought of it does much to dispel my misgivings. Go then, carry out your plan. I shall do what I can for you within the Holy See.
Always nice to know that we've got some hardened allies on our side. Having secured Sir Emmerich's support, we may proceed without fear of a preemptive Ishgardian attack, which is not to say we can afford to dither. History tells us that Dravanians will attack as soon as their horde reaches a critical size. Before that happens, we must needs track down and win over the Lady Iceheart, and then locate a parley with Nidhogg. In short, time is against us. If you are ready, Estinian, let us be about our task. Oh my god, I'm ready to go anywhere with Estinian. Sorry, but... Whoa.
Such commotion.
Yes, Your Eminence. The bells of the Observatorium warn of our enemy's approach.
So, the dragons are coming. Let them come, in their hundreds and their thousands. With the divine blade in our hands, we shall rend their flesh and drown the heretics in their master's blood. Even Nidhogg and his foul brood shall be powerless to resist us. And when we have rid the world of their pestilence, we shall turn our attention to our Ascian allies. See that they are suitably rewarded for their invaluable assistance.
If I may, Your Eminence, the Paragons wield powers strange and unknowable. Can we be certain that they will not see through our deception?
We can be certain of naught save the righteousness of our cause. If you would be a true leader of men, you must possess conviction as well as caution. We seek to excise the root of an evil that has blighted us for 1,000 years. The risk is worth the reward.
And what of Estinian and this Warrior of Light? They have plans of their own.
Leave them to their purpose. We must each play the role we have been given. You and your chosen brothers most of all.
For the glory of King Thordan.
That voice gives me chills. Oh yeah, you get a lot wind up, Alfino. Before we set forth, we must needs inform Tatara of our plans. Then I shall await you at St. Reynard's Forum. Tell your friend we may be some time. The road you have chosen is neither short nor easy. Of that I need a reminding. Come, Yorkshire, let us head back to Fortops Manor. Tickety-boo, Fortops Manor again. This is genuinely our home. It's our home. This is where we live. And this is usually a good point to end the video. But I'm very much looking forward to travelling with Estinian. Oh my god, with Estinian, finally! He's like one of the best characters in the game. I know I've probably said that a few times about other characters, but like he's just fun. He's fun. I love Estinian. He's hilarious. And like his and Alfino's relationship, like friendship, is just brilliant. Anyways, I'm not going to spoil it too much for you. Thank you very much for watching. Take care of yourself. Please like, subscribe and comment. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.